Hi, my name is Ryan Sloan, and I want to welcome you to the Gear Cage. And today we're actually going to be talking about this little guy. It's the Cloudlifter CL1. And let's get right into it. The Cloudlifter is a simple yet kind of vital tool in modern recording. It simply gives you 25 dB of extremely clean Class A gain. So it really acts just as a boost for your dynamic or your ribbon microphone. Why? Well, the main reason that these became so popular is because of modern audio interfaces. So modern audio interfaces, a lot of them are powered by the computer directly with what they call bus power. And to power the box, to power the headphone amp, to power the microphone preamp, and all the things on board here without an external power supply, you have to make some compromises in your circuit design. So a lot of these boxes don't give certain dynamic microphones or ribbon microphones enough clean gain before you start to hear a lot of noise, a lot of hiss. Basically, as you turn the gain up on one of these, and if you have one and you try this, if you start turning the knob up to, let's say, 70 or 80%, depending on the interface, all of a sudden it will go from fairly quiet to just yikes, like shriekingly loud, nasty noise, distortion, all of that. So when you have a microphone like this one, which is the Shure SM7b, that is notorious for requiring a ton of clean gain, it just doesn't pair well with an audio interface like this. So by putting the Cloudlifter in between on the signal path, you can actually use this all day long because you have 25 dB of extremely clean gain coming from your Cloudlifter. It also helps actually change the tone and sound of the microphone. So you can even use it with something like a SM58, SM57, Shure SM7b, Electro Voice RE20, and actually we'll pull it out in a second here, but we have the AEA R84 to do an example with. All of those microphones really can benefit from a Cloudlifter. And the way you use it is actually simple. We don't have it hooked up right now. So actually, as we switch the audio feed here from the shotgun mic over to the SM7, you'll see that this actually doesn't sound too bad, even though it's a little bit quiet right now. Now, this is actually going through an Apollo 8P right now, Apollo X8P. So that's a really high-end $3,000 audio interface with an external power supply. But even then, it's just not as clean, it's not as present as it could be. So when we put the Cloudlifter in, you'll actually hear not only the level increase, of course, but just the clarity and presence is improved because of that level being increased. And we're not stressing the preamp on the channel, which is all leading to better sounding audio. So that's basically the how and the why of how this works. Now, to use it, you just need to engage the phantom power on your audio interface. Typically on most of them, it'll say something like plus 48. In fact, you can see that it says 48V on the Scarlett Generation 3 solo interface. Sometimes it will just say phantom. And as soon as you engage the power on that, that will send the power down your mic line into your Cloudlifter. And then your microphone hooks into the other side of it. So basically from microphone output to Cloudlifter input here with an XLR male connector, and then out of the XLR female connector directly into your audio interface. And that's all there is to it in terms of actually getting the boost in and getting the sound into your audio interface and recording program. So let's listen to this and see how it sounds, and then we'll come back here for a wrap up here. All right, now we run purple into red and activated the Cloudlifter. So you're actually hearing the SM7 with the Cloudlifter right now. So this is with the Cloudlifter engaged. Again, the preamp on the Apollo is at 25 dB of gain, and we're getting basically about the same result that we were getting by pushing it 50 dB direct on the other channel. Now we can turn it up, and again, the preamp's not going to break a sweat here, but you're going to hear that headroom. You're going to hear the mic kind of come to life even more with all this headroom and extra gain that we have available to us now. So stand by. All right, I'm looking over here, and this is actually pushing it we're at 32 dB right now, so I added 7 dB of gain, and now we're in your face, really showing again what the Cloudlifter can do. Unique New York, the arsonist was denied a bank loan. The Human Torch had oddly shaped feet. Unique New York. So you can really hear what it's doing here. Again, the noise floor is not boosted with it, so this really does help, especially with entry-level USB interfaces, but even on higher-end interfaces, it can really dramatically improve the sound. So there you go. Here's the Cloudlifter. Our last test here on this video is to try it with a ribbon microphone, so stand by for that test. Okay, I'm back, and magically we have a ribbon microphone here. We have the R84 from AEA. Again, we're going into an amazing interface, which is the Apollo, so this is actually going to sound pretty good. Although, you know, you can always benefit from some clean gain here. So in reality, I probably should have done this test in this whole video with the Focusrite, but it still gives you a general idea and everything. So as I'm looking at the levels here, actually looks like we have a pretty decent level going in, but we're going to be able to push the preamp less again by applying the Cloudlifter. So stand by and we'll apply the Cloudlifter and listen to how that changes the dynamic of the tone and the gain structure here of everything. So stand by for that. Okay, now we're back and we're at that exact same level that we were before with the SM7b. So we're at 32 dB of gain on the interface as opposed to 50 before. And we do have the Cloudlifter inserted right now on this microphone. So hopefully you can hear the nice clean boost it's offering. Hopefully you can hear some slight nuances in the actual speech and vocals here too. So again, this is a great product for USB audio interfaces that are bus powered, actually Thunderbolt, Firewire, whatever interface you have, it doesn't matter. If you have a bus powered interface, you're going to see some nice benefits from a Cloudlifter. Now, Cloud does actually make a few different versions of the Cloudlifter. They make the CL1, of course, which is what this one is, but they also make the CL2, which is a 2-channel version of this box. The benefit to getting that one is that it does ultimately save you $50 or so. It's $249 for the 2-channel version versus $149 for this version. They do also have a Cloudlifter Z, which adds not only the boost, but also a variable impedance, which you can actually use as a tone shaping thing because it'll change the sonic characteristics of the microphone. In fact, preamps that have this ability that come to mind, Avalon actually has a few models that have this capability among others. So it's worth checking that one out too if you want not only the clean boost, but also some different tone shaping things before you even get into your recording system. Lastly, there are a few competitors on the market here. So Cloud kind of started this whole trend and started the category, but now SE Electronics has come out with the Dynamite, which features, I believe, 28 dB of gain, and you can actually plug it in line without 2 separate mic cables. Some people actually like that aspect of it, although I will say, even though it comes in at a lower price point, and this is probably to be expected, it doesn't sound quite as good to me as the Cloudlifter. In fact, if you boost it up high enough, you actually do start to get some residual noise. And although it wouldn't be as extreme as just like the audio interface here itself, it is still recognizable. So that's something to be aware of. And what I'll call the Rolls Royce right now of these boosting boxes would be the Royer DB Booster or D Booster. And it's a very similar box to the Cloudlifter, extremely high quality electronics on the inside. Circuit path is fantastic. It does offer, however, I believe a 12 and I want to say 20 dB boost that you can actually choose between. So if for some reason you don't want to give the whole boost, at 20 or 25 dB, you can actually just engage a 12 dB boost as well. So that's a pretty helpful feature. And again, that one also won in some blind listening tests as we applied gain. So if you want the absolute best sounding booster box on the market, definitely look at the D Booster or DB Booster from Royer. But this will be definitely a close, really close tie. It's basically identical more or less without that variable boost. and this one again comes in at $149, and the Royer D booster or DB booster comes in at $179. So all of those are worth checking out. If you do have any comments or questions, leave them below. And if you've enjoyed this video, check out the other videos in the channel, and subscribe if you find this kind of stuff useful, okay? Again, my name is Ryan Sloan for the Gear Cage, and we'll talk to you again soon.